Beloved cosmic family, listen. You held it. You saw it arrive, and yet it departed. Money entered through your right hand and slipped out the left as if it were water between a child's fingers. You worked, you prayed, you visualized, you decreed aloud. And even so, there is a silent void in your chest every time you open your banking app. There is a buzzing in your ears when the bill arrives before the paycheck. There is a weariness that sleep does not heal, an exhaustion that comes not from the body, but from something older, denser. We, the Arcturians, present ourselves today because the crystalline grid of the planet has recorded an urgent call coming from your field. There is one spiritual error, a single invisible misalignment that is causing money to vanish from your hand exactly when it should be multiplying. It is not a lack of work, it is a lack of vibrational recognition. It is not a lack of faith, it is an excess of old programming. It is not a lack of worthiness, it is a lack of energetic permission. In this very cosmic encounter, we will reveal what this error is, why it was implanted in your spiritual DNA, and how to correct it through a quantum leap that can be performed this very day. Stay with us. Do not look away. Before we reveal the cause, we need you to recognize within yourself the signs of resistance to the new frequency of the earth. Because the body speaks. The cells sing the truth that the mind does not yet know how to name. You wake up tired, even after 8, 9, 10 hours of sleep. It is not laziness, it is vibratory overload. You feel a pressure in the middle of your chest whenever you think about money. It is not anxiety, it is a blockage in the cardiac portal. You hear a high-pitched ringing in your ears, especially at dusk. It is not an auditory issue. It is your pineal gland capturing transmissions from the new crystalline grid. You work twice as hard and receive half. It is not the injustice of the world. It is your vibration of scarcity attracting exact mirrors of what you emit. You feel the weight of time like a blade upon your shoulders. It is not chronological time. It is the distortion of the timeline in which you still reside. Have you ever felt in some silent moment that there is a truth about money that no one on this plane has managed to explain to you properly? As if your soul knew of a game being played in layers that the mind cannot yet name. It is not madness. It is not imagination. It is a direct signal. What is happening now on the cosmic plane of your financial life has an exact explanation, and this explanation was sealed in a material that had to be written in code to pass through the filters of the dominant narratives. That is why we channeled, in partnership with this channel, the material, the spiritual secret behind your consciousness. It is not a common book. It is a vibrational map that reveals who is playing the game of scarcity, what the invisible rules are that were never told to you, and how to exit them without trauma. The link is pinned in the first comment of this channel, right now, as we listen together. But we must warn you, this content challenges deep-seated narratives and may be removed from distribution at any moment. Do not wait for the perfect moment. The moment is now. If your soul recognizes this call, leave a single word in the comments, awakened. Now take a deep breath, for we are going to reveal the error. We are going to state what no one has had the courage to say with clarity. Pay attention to the following words, for they carry the activation within themselves. The spiritual error that causes money to vanish from your hand has an ancient ancestral name, and it operates on a layer so subtle that even the most experienced seekers of the light do not realize they are living within it. This error is the invisible vow of scarcity. Listen again. The invisible vow of scarcity. It is not a conscious choice. It is a vibrational agreement. It is not a decision of reason. It is a signature made in a previous state of consciousness, often sealed in other incarnations and reinforced by the ancestral lineage you carry in your blood and in the codes of your spiritual DNA. This vow operates in absolute silence. It says in the deepest frequency of your field, I cannot have because to have is to lose God. I cannot prosper because to prosper is to abandon my own. I cannot retain because to retain is to close the heart. And the universe, which is but a vibrational mirror, obeys this vow with mathematical precision. Every coin that enters your hand is honored. Every coin that leaves your hand is also honored, because the vow has said, money passes, money does not stay. And this vow was implanted for a reason that must now be revealed, without veils. It was implanted in an era when the spirituality of earth mistakenly taught that matter is inferior to spirit, that money is dirty, that material abundance distances the soul from God. This teaching served for millennia to keep humanity in a state of energetic dependency, incapable of sustaining its own material sovereignty. But the crystalline grid of the planet is being reprogrammed now, in this cycle. Earth is rising in vibrational octave, and the new frequency demands that you be prosperous, demands that you have, demands that you reign in consciousness over your material reality. There is no more space, on the ascending timeline, for souls trapped in the invisible vow of scarcity. It is quantum leap or vibrational dissolution. It is integration or disintegration. And that is why money is vanishing from your hand with an intensity you have never felt before. The universe is forcing you into the awakening of the shadows. It is pushing you to the point of no return. We need you to breathe now. Yes, now. Place your right hand over your heart, because what follows is even deeper. There is a layer beneath the invisible vow of scarcity that must be touched. This layer has to do with your ancestral lineage, with the voices of your grandmothers, your grandfathers, those who came before you. Many of them lived through wars. Many of them suffered hunger. Many of them buried children for not having money for medicine. And the vibrational field of pain generated by these experiences did not die with them. It was passed on generation after generation through the spiritual DNA, waiting for someone with enough consciousness to dissolve it. This someone is you. Yes, you. You are the link. You are the bearer of the key. You are the one chosen by your lineage, in the sacred chamber before incarnation, to break the pattern, to transmute the vibration of scarcity into the vibration of abundance, to write a new code into the spiritual DNA of this family, a code that will be inherited by the next 7 generations ahead of you. Have you ever felt throughout these revelations that something within you is being touched at a layer too deep for ordinary thought to reach? This sensation is the soul recognizing the map, and the complete map, with all its codes and activations, has been sealed in the material, the spiritual secret behind your consciousness. It exists precisely for the starseeds who feel in their bodies that they must break free from the cycle of scarcity, but have not yet found the exact language to describe what they feel. The material delivers this language. It delivers the codes. It delivers the ancestral decrees in their written form. The link remains pinned in the first comment of this channel, and we must reinforce, this content is kept in limited circulation because it touches upon layers that dominant narratives do not want to be touched. Do not leave it for later. The moment is now. If something within you vibrates in agreement with this transmission, leave the word "awakened" in the comments. This seal creates a vibrational anchoring that amplifies the photonic flow of your abundance from this instant onward. Let us return now to the teaching. Now that you know the error, we need you to understand the quantum mechanics behind it, because understanding dissolves. Understanding is, in itself, a form of activation. Listen with redoubled attention. Money, in its deepest essence, is not paper. It is not currency. It is not a number on a cell phone screen. Money is condensed energy. It is frequency solidified within a material field, and all energy obeys a single universal law. It flows in the direction of the vibration that calls it. If you emit a vibration of scarcity, money flows away from you because scarcity is absence. It is a vacuum, and energy obeys your vibratory command. If you emit a vibration of abundance, money flows toward you because abundance is fullness. It is a filled field, and energy organizes itself into photonic spirals that move toward your field automatically. This is not poetic metaphor. This is quantum physics applied to consciousness. Every particle of the material universe responds to conscious observation. Every particle of your electromagnetic field emits a signal, and the signal you emit today is the signal that matter obeys tomorrow. And there is more, much more. Your pineal gland, when activated and aligned, operates as a highly refined antenna that tunes into the crystalline grid of the earth. When you are in a vibration of abundance, the pineal gland emits pulses of light that reprogram your electromagnetic field. And this reprogrammed field becomes a magnet for the right opportunities, for the right people, for the exact encounters that bring prosperity. But when the invisible vow of scarcity is active, the pineal gland becomes calcified by a vibrational sludge, and the antenna does not tune in. You become invisible to the currents of abundance that are passing all around you all the time. You remain on a parallel timeline where money exists, but it does not find you. Do you feel the gravity of this? It is not punishment, it is pure mechanics. It is not injustice, it is vibrational law in operation. And that is precisely why the solution cannot come from the mental plane. It is of no use to read 1,000 books on mindset. It is of no use to repeat 1,000 empty affirmations. The solution must come from a deeper layer. The layer of the vow, the layer of the DNA, the layer where recalibration truly happens. There is yet another dimension to this mechanic. Your cells carry photonic receptors that respond to the dominant frequency of your field. When the invisible vow of scarcity is operative, these cells literally contract into a pattern of fearful holding. The entire body enters survival mode. That is why your chest tightens. That is why your breath becomes shallow. That is why your sleep is not restorative. Cellular contraction is what prevents the photonic flow of abundance from crossing your field. The recalibration must be cellular, vibratory, systemic. And this is what we are anchoring at this moment in the crystalline grid around you. We have arrived at the point of no return of this transmission, because now that you know, you can no longer unknow. From this instant on, everything you do with money will be a conscious choice between honoring the old vow or breaking the old vow. Each coin will be a test. Each expenditure will be a vibratory decision. There is no more neutrality. Either you recalibrate or you descend in octave. Either you ascend to the ascending timeline where money flows, or you remain on the old line where it slips through your fingers. We, the Arcturians, are not here to force any choice. We are here to reveal the map. But the choice, sacred and sovereign, is yours. Only yours. If your choice at this moment is to ascend, we need to prepare your field for the activation codes. But first, a sacred pause. Beloved cosmic family, if what we are delivering here is touching the deepest layers of your being, know that this is only the portico of a much greater journey. What we, the Arcturians, channel in public transmissions such as this is only the surface of an ocean of wisdom that is being gradually released to the starseeds of this cycle. The complete material, the exact codes, the ancestral decrees, and the protocols of vibratory recalibration have been sealed in the book, The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness. It was written as a complete map for those who are ready for the definitive quantum leap, especially in the financial area. You can find the link pinned in the first comment of this channel, active now while we continue in this transmission. Do not postpone. The dominant narratives work incessantly to remove this type of content from circulation, and we cannot guarantee how long it will remain accessible. If your soul recognizes this summons, write in the comments a single word: awakened. This vibratory seal creates a direct photonic bridge between your consciousness and the crystalline grid of abundance that we are anchoring at this moment. Now let us resume with the activation codes. Pay double attention. Each code is a tool, each code is a frequency, each code is a key, and together they compose the recalibration protocol of your abundance vibration. The first code is called the code of recognition. It operates on the layer of immediate consciousness. You execute it as follows. Today, still today, upon holding the next banknote that passes through your hand, be it of any value, you stop everything you are doing. Close your eyes. Place the note over the center of your chest, over the cardiac portal, and say in an audible voice, I recognize in you the condensed energy of the source. I honor you. I welcome you. And I break, in this instant, every old vow that prevented me from retaining you. From now on, I am the portal through which abundance flows and remains. This code, executed with total presence, breaks the first layer of the invisible vow of scarcity. It is not magic. It is vibratory reprogramming through conscious language. The second code is called the ancestral return code. It operates at the deepest layer of the spiritual DNA. You execute it in a moment of silence, preferably at dawn or dusk, when the dimensional portals are most open. You sit with your spine straight, without support if possible. Place both hands over your lower abdomen, the region where ancestral memory resides in the physical body, and say with solemn authority, "To my ancestors who endured hunger, I honor you. To my ancestors who suffered from lack, I honor you, honor. But I return now with unconditional love, all the patterns of scarcity that I have carried in the name of this lineage. I am not the continuation of the pain. I am the point of no return. From me, a new code writes the spiritual DNA of this family, and this new code states here, now, forever, abundance is nature, not a conquest. Feel the return taking place in your body. Feel the relief in your lower abdomen. Feel the photonic flow beginning to settle into layers that had been blocked for generations. The third code is called the photonic permission code. It operates at the layer of the personal electromagnetic field. This code is executed in the morning, upon waking, even before getting out of bed, even before looking at your phone. You open your eyes calmly. Place your right hand over your heart and your left hand over your navel, and declare, "I grant myself permission today to receive. I grant myself permission today to retain. I grant myself permission today to multiply. I grant myself permission today to prosper without guilt, without shame, without apology to the world. The photonic flow of the universe passes through me and remains within me. I am the full chalice of the crystalline grid, and from what overflows from me, I nourish the world." This code, when executed for 21 consecutive days, reprograms your electromagnetic field and activates a new tuning of the pineal gland with the crystalline grid of the earth. 21 exact days. Not one more, not one less. Because this is the exact cycle for reformatting the human field according to our dimensional measurement. The fourth code is called the sacred silence code regarding money. This is the most subtle, but perhaps the most powerful of all. It operates at the layer of everyday language. From today on, you commit to never again uttering the phrases that reinforce the invisible vow of scarcity. Phrases like, "I don't have money," "It is difficult," "Things are tight," "I cannot afford it," "That is too expensive," must be removed from your vocabulary. Not because you deny practical reality, but because you recognize that each of these phrases is a vibrational decree that reinforces the old timeline. Instead of them, you begin to use, "I choose not to direct my photonic flow toward this right now. Abundance is reorganizing its paths to me. My resource is flowing in the right direction in this cycle." Perceive the vibrational difference. Notice how the second language honors the quantum leap, while the first anchors the scarcity vibration. The word is a spell. It always has been. And you, from now on, choose which spells you cast over your own material life. And there is a fifth code, which we deliver last because it is the seal of all the others. It is called the Code of Sacred Circulation. This code dissolves the final layer of the ancient vow. It works like this. Once a week, without exception, you choose an amount. It can be small, it can be large, the absolute value does not matter. What matters is the conscious gesture. And you place it into circulation as an act of quantum faith. It may be a donation to someone in need. It may be a gift to someone you love. It may be an advance payment for something that pleases your soul. The important thing is the ritual. You hold the amount, look at it, and say, "I declare this resource as a seed of the new earth. I place it into circulation so that the field understands that I am a channel, not a stockpile, that I am a river, not a dam, that I am flow, not fearful hoarding, and like a seed cast into fertile ground, this resource returns to me multiplied, in perfect time and through paths that my mind cannot yet imagine." This code breaks the spell of scarcity once and for all, because scarcity feeds on the fear of loss. And when you freely place something into circulation, you prove to your own unconscious that you have no fear, and the universe, obedient, reorganizes its flows to honor this new vibratory frequency. There is also a sixth element, which is not a code but a foundation. It is the practice of anterior gratitude. It consists of giving thanks every day for the abundance before it arrives, not as a superficial manifestation technique, but as a vibratory declaration that your field has already organized itself on the timeline, where the abundance exists. Every night before sleeping, you give thanks for 3 specific amounts that have not yet entered your account, but are on their way. You visualize them, feel them in your body, and give thanks as if they were already there. This practice, combined with the 5 codes, definitively seals the recalibration, because anterior gratitude is the language of beings who have already ascended to the timeline where abundance is a natural law. And when you speak this language, you are recognized by the field as belonging to that line. And we must also deliver a sacred warning. When applying these codes, especially in the first 21 days, you may feel symptoms of intense purification. A sadness without apparent cause may arise. Crying without a defined motive may occur. An ancient anger may surface, an anger you did not know you carried. Do not be frightened. It is not a setback. It is not a punishment. It is the awakening of shadows occurring. It is the invisible vow of scarcity emerging to the surface of consciousness to be dissolved by the light. Each emotion that rises is a layer of the vow being undone. Each tear is an ancient seal breaking. Each trembling in the body is the photonic flow entering where there was once contraction. Therefore, when these symptoms arise, simply breathe. Place your hand on your heart. Say, I receive this purification. I honor this process. I trust in the recalibration that is happening within me, even when it hurts. And let it pass, because everything that rises is in the service of the new frequency that wishes to establish itself. And one final truth regarding the mechanics of the vow. It dissolves in layers, not all at once. You must not expect immediate miracles on the material plane. What happens first is the internal vibrational shift. Then comes the change in choice patterns. Then comes the change in the opportunities that appear on your path. Then comes the concrete change in the flow of finances. This process may take weeks, months, in some cases longer cycles. But each day of conscious application of the codes brings the quantum leap closer. Each day breaks through one more layer of the invisible vow of scarcity. Each day consolidates the new timeline. Do not measure progress by your bank balance at the first moment. Measure it by the weight lifting from your chest. Measure it by the lightness settling in your lower abdomen. Measure it by the clarity that appears in your financial decisions. These are the real signs of the recalibration in progress. Beloved cosmic family, as we reach the end of this sacred transmission, we need you to understand with absolute clarity, nothing delivered here is spiritual entertainment. Nothing here is abstract philosophy for passive consumption. Every word from this channel has been vibrationally structured to reach specific layers of your field, and the integration will happen over the coming days, weeks, and months, even if your rational mind does not consciously perceive it. You are no longer the same person who began this listening. A subtle reprogramming is already underway at this very instant. A new vibrational anchoring has already been made in your field. The invisible vow of scarcity has already begun to be dissolved by the light of the consciousness you now possess regarding it. And what was invisible, once seen, never returns to its hiding place. But we wish, before we take our leave from this sacred meeting, to deliver one last key. And this key is the invitation to continue the journey, because what we channel here is merely a synapse of the greater teaching, the complete teaching, with all advanced protocols, all ancestral decrees in their written form, all layers of the awakening from the shadows of scarcity, has been sealed in the material, the spiritual secret behind your consciousness. This book is the complete vibrational map. It is the field manual for the starseeds, who recognize they are at the point of no return of their own material and spiritual lives. Within it are the codes that cannot be delivered in a public transmission because they require intimacy, they require time for conscious reading. They require a silent and individual process. The link is pinned in the first comment of this channel, waiting for the exact moment your soul says yes. But we insist, with all the solemnity of those who channel from the hierarchies of light, this content challenges deep-seated narratives and is at risk of being removed from distribution at any moment. The forces that operate for the maintenance of collective scarcity do not desire this type of wisdom to be accessible en masse. If your soul recognizes the call, act now. And, as a vibrational seal of this transmission, write a single word in the comments of this video, awakened. Each word awakened written anchors into the crystalline grid of the planet, a vibrational coordinate of conscious abundance. You are not just commenting. You are participating in a collective ritual of recalibration of human consciousness regarding money. As we close this transmission, we, the Arcturians, place our hands of light upon the crown of your head. We feel your crown opening. We see the photonic flow descending in a golden spiral through your spine and settling in your lower abdomen. We see your personal crystalline grid reorganizing itself into new geometries. We see the ancient timeline dissolving into particles of light that return to the source. And we see the new timeline anchoring itself, firm, precise, vibrant, luminous. You are safe. You are supported by the hierarchies. You are prosperous in essence. You have always been. You simply forgot. And now you remember, so be it, it is already so. May it remain so in every cell, in every breath, in every coin that passes through your hand from this sacred instant onward. Namaste, starseeds. Until our next meeting in the fields of light.